What's up everybody, welcome back to Low Luxury and welcome back to Low Luxury Archive. And longtime viewers of this series may remember that the very first episode we ever did was a Balenciaga leather jacket. And if you were really paying attention there, watching towards the end, you will remember that while I loved that leather jacket, I noted that I was probably going to be selling it. Now why is that? It's because it was a women's leather jacket and the fit just wasn't for me. The shoulders, the chest, generally about right, maybe a little bit slim, but it was very cropped, and that's just not what I was looking for in a leather jacket that I would keep and wear and put into my rotation. But now we have come full circle and I'm coming back to you to dive deep into the Balenciaga archives with another leather jacket. And this one I am definitely keeping. Ooh. So you might not be able to see it from here. There's some insane detailing already on this piece. Ooh, what's going on? But the coolest part is the back. Now, if you're a Balenciaga fan, you will probably recognize this motif right here. You will very commonly see it in denim jackets, but this time it has been attached to a ridiculously detailed leather jacket, and we're going to check this thing out. So we'll definitely look at all the individual details on this piece, and we'll even try it on to try and match or maybe even beat the original runway look. But in order to know what that look is, we've got to dive in and see where this piece came from. Yo, before we get too much further, subscribe to the channel. I make tons of luxury and streetwear content, and also if you're looking for deals on luxury and streetwear, check the description. I've got some of the best sites with all authentic stuff. Check it out. All right, so here we are at our usual resting place, the Vogue runway page for Balenciaga. But I'll tell you right off the bat here, this one is going to be a little different from the past ones that we've done. Now, why is that? It's because this piece never appeared on a runway. And you might be thinking, like, how is that possible? Those graffiti jackets are like grails. Everyone knows about them. And it's true. It's very odd. Because these pieces, as far as I can tell, are from the fall 2018 collection. But they didn't go down the runway, but they were sold as part of the actual collection that was released. I'm not sure if they were like store exclusives or something where they didn't end up on the runway, but it's kind of weird. But let me show you, because actually a big part of this collection, a big motif, was the graffiti. Like you'll see right here, that was the set for the fall 2018 collection. It's as clear as it gets. All of these elements show up a lot in those pieces. And as I mentioned, the most popular piece, the most well-known graffiti piece are like these denim jackets, right? Like here, take a look at the back of that from modes.com, legit site. That is basically the back of the jacket we have, just they kind of like cut it out and stuck it on leather. So, I mean, we can look at this collection. It fits in very well here. There are actually even leather jackets here, but just not these specific ones. I believe they were a bit later in the collection. We've got a fringy one right here. I believe that looks like a leather jacket. That's like a multi-layered one. Also, like even higher grailed status on these layered pieces from this season. This has to be one of the best seasons that Demna has ever done with the house. Anyway, enough of that. So, as you can see, you don't see any of the graffiti pieces on this runway, even though they were part of this collection. But how are we gonna do the last part of this video? As you know, at the end of these videos, I put the piece on and we try to match or beat the original runway look. So what do we do here? Well, I thought about picking another look, maybe one of the leather looks from this collection, but actually, I think there's another piece from another collection that would fit even better here. So the season before this, spring 2018, they had a separate menswear show. Now let's take a look at this. So this one was kind of like the Power of Dreams collection. That was the big motif. And another big piece of it was kind of like attaching pieces of cotton or whatever to other pieces, which they brought in for the leather jacket here on the back. So if we move along here, we will see another leather jacket that I think, here you go. There's like the prototypical piece for this element. See how that is attached to the front? So there is a piece here that I think works really well because it's also a graffiti leather jacket. And even the style is the same. It's another motorcycle jacket. It has the same types of lapels. This one has different details, but again, the details are there and the graffiti element. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to emulate this kind of look for this video. But I really just think this is cool as hell. We've got a piece in our archive that is authentic Balenciaga, but never appeared on a Balenciaga runway, and that makes it super interesting. All right, so now that we know the kind of origin of this jacket, let's take a look at the individual details. Oh my God, you guys, I am so psyched on this. And the front isn't even the coolest part. But before we get too deep in, Demna, you madman, you did it again. We have to look at the branding details, like the tags and stuff. So by now, they were fully on board with the kind of bolder logo here, all caps. And this one is white on black, which I would say is the more common variant of this tag. As you can see, super cleanly stitched down on all four sides. And that tag is sitting on a leather face. It's a quilted lining, but right here, it is more leather. Our care tags down here on the left if you were wearing it. You can see this is a size 48, about a medium. And for once, it is, I would say, a bit oversized, but not like absurdly so, which I'm happy for. As you can see, super, super clean print. It's more like plasticky matte black tags. You can see the year is 2018, and this piece was made in Italy. An Italian leather jacket. Does it get any better than that? And folding those over to take a peek at the fabrication, we can see that this is 100% calf leather. I will say it is not as like supple and soft as the lamb leather of the women's leather jacket we took a look at, but this is like really, really high quality stuff. Like, look at that pebbling. Is that what you call it? It is just real nice. And that lining is polyester and cupro. What is that? So something else here is polyester. Maybe that's the filling and then the lining. I don't know. It doesn't matter so much. It's real nice and smooth and glossy and quilted, and I'll take it. It's perfect. We do have a tag here. This is the era when they were using the kind of like, I don't know, textured white cardstock for these. You can see the kind of pattern on this. They also used this kind of texture on some of their shoe boxes, like the Triple S shoe boxes from this era. And we got something in there. Something metal. What do we got? Show me. What did they give us? What extra stuff did they give us? Okay, that's cool. Some extra snappies. One of these guys. These are just kind of like a slightly distressed and aged. Like you can see the kind of patina on that snap button. So we got one of those, and then 3 of these extra little kind of like snap holes. All right, cool. You know, and if anything breaks off, it's good to have. Okay, and now the fun part, now the details. And I want to start right off the bat with some of this hardware here, because it is nutty. Do you see what I see here? What the fuck? We've got like a gargoyle at our lapel. And not just one gargoyle, okay? Down at this pocket, down at the bottom, we've got another little baby gargoyle over here. How insane is that? That I have never seen one of these on another Balenciaga piece, and I doubt we ever will. It's just wild. And that's not the only crazy hardware element, because look at these shoulders, okay? We've got these, like, you know, aged bottle caps for these shoulder flaps. What? It just makes it look so weird. It makes it look like put together with elements just kind of found around in junkyards. It is so cool. And these zippers, they're big and bold and heavy and also intentionally aged. And these are actually YKK, as opposed to a lot of zippers, which are generally Balenciaga branded. These ones, they've gone with YKK, and they're actually really nice, like sizable, heavy zippers. Good quality there. Another piece of hardware that we can't forget is our belt. So going around the waist, we've got a real leather belt here. The end of this is kind of like Western style. Look at that. Hold on, let's zoom in on that. That engraving is super, super cool. And also the scalloping around the edges. I love that. And then the buckle. Look at how like ornate that is. It's just so cool, you guys. There are no other leather jackets out there like this. It's just such a unique, interesting piece. All right. let's look at the back. Let's get to the graffiti. Now that is wild. So basically the entire back, as you can see, is covered with this cutout piece of denim. And it's left very, very raw at the edges. You've got some branding there, Balenciaga, of course, big old 2018. That's like spray painted, and intentionally it feels like it was like roughed up with some sandpaper or something. Maybe even burned. I wouldn't be surprised. It has that kind of vibe. You've got some kind of like spider webs up here in the corner, barbed wire going down along the bottom, and this is like a hem right here. And then this, it's really, really solidly stitched down all the way across. You can see those stitches. They're kind of like a bronze color, but then that's like all under the lining. So none of that stitching comes through to the other side. You can also see it kind of like it moves when you move. If you're walking or it's windy, these sides, like they give you a lot of allowance here where it's stitched down, so that it really moves on both of the sides. And also you can see the top is kind of folded over here. And under there you've just got like some more elements like this, but that essentially just stays folded over. And I kind of like that haphazard element to it. Now how about the rest of the back? It's fairly standard, but there's a lot of kind of signature Balenciaga elements here. So on their leather jackets, they tend to put this kind of like shoulder detailing where you've got a kind of little vent here with some extra fabric. We've also got a couple rivets here at both armpits. And our cuffs also have a zipper. So you could leave these loose, more open, or you could really tighten them up quite a bit here. Oh, it's so sick because it's functional and absolutely insane. All right, and now that we've checked all of those details, it's time to put this leather jacket on and try and either match or even exceed the original runway look. But again, that's going to be a little different this time. So let's try that out. Okay, let's take another look at that runway look that's not the same, but the one that we're kind of using for inspiration. And since we're already using a different leather jacket altogether, I think we have a bit more leeway than usual here. But I definitely like the idea of going for a loud patterned shirt underneath. So we're going to do this yellow paisley pleasures button-down shirt. And then for pants, this one is just kind of some trousers. I think jeans are the way to go here, so we'll do our Heron Preston Levi's. Shoes, he's got on some kind of leather dress shoes, it looks like. But we're definitely going to go black, we're going to go leather. But here, we're going to go for these Comme des Garçons kind of paint-splattered leather sneakers. They have a kind of dressy vibe to them, but also a bit more casual, which I think goes better with the jeans here. And finally, those sunglasses. We've seen them before on the channel, but my Coach sunglasses I think are actually a really, really good fit here for this look, looking at the original runway look. So, let's see how this goes. I love this jacket so much. I mean, I'm really glad I've got it. It's in my collection. It's archived. But the bottom line is I really needed a leather jacket just for myself to wear because I didn't have one. And this is like the best I could have asked for. I'd been looking for a long time for one of these pieces that has the kind of stitched on extra piece of something, and to have it on a leather jacket on this super rare like grail level piece is just amazing. Now let's talk about the fit real quick. It is tagged a size 48, which generally is a men's medium, and in this case it fits much closer to true to size than most Demna stuff. I will say it's still oversized. I'm going to say it's more like a men's large, but you really wouldn't notice it that much. Like, I think you could get your normal size with this and get by just fine. I like that it's slightly oversized on me. As for the feel, I mentioned that it's not as naturally soft as the lamb leather, and that's true. You can see here as I'm lifting on my arms, stuff like that, it is on the stiffer side, but that means that once it is broken in, it is going to be insane, and it's going to be broken in like just to me, so I'm really looking forward to wearing this thing a lot and breaking it in just right. So while I needed a leather jacket, I'm super happy with this. All the little details, the crazy bits of hardware, the belt, all of that is just incredible. Even the intentional aging on the hardware, all of it adds up to a really, really incredible piece. Oh, and whoops, I literally forgot to put the sunglasses on. So just, for the completionists out there, here you go. There is the full look. My bad. So that is the insane denim backed Balenciaga jacket. This one's staying in the archives forever and ever. My archives, all right? So take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.